What's up, everybody? My name is Shadow Phoenix. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Planet Coaster and Crystal Gardens. So, I just wanted to do a quick video today. As a lot of you know, the park it's getting close to being done. So, I've just been doing a lot of detail work and stuff like that. So, there's not a whole lot of construction videos or time-lapse videos I can do. We did the time-lapse of the Haunted Mansion for October, and of course that was just mostly the interior and stuff that needed to get done, and we got that done. And then I also worked on the river rapids as well and finished up all of the river rapids as well. So all of the rock work, foliage, all of that, the little details and stuff around that is done. So that's pretty much it. Now it's just finishing up detail work, fencing, foliage, everything else like that, all around the park, and just all the little details. So what I wanted to do today was kind of take a quick kind of look around at what I was doing and what has been done, so that you guys can see something. I don't want to leave you hanging, so to speak, because of that ride right there. But anyway, so we're back here in the back of the park. Many of you guys, if you watch my channel, you'll recognize the hyper coaster in the background back there. And then of course this has been here for a while. I don't think I did any kind of time lapse or anything of this, but I made this little gaming thing. I don't know, it's like a water blaster game where you shoot water into the targets, and whoever fills the target up first wins, kind of thing. I actually made this for Whitaker Lake, and I thought it would go kind of good, quite well right here in this little general area. I still got a lot of work to do. I got to put some more lighting and stuff around it. So getting everything finished is kind of it's stressful. I want to get the park done for you guys to download this month, so hopefully we can do that. I want to give a huge shout out to Christmas. He is one of my community members on my Discord and in my Twitch channel as well, and so occasionally even on YouTube. And I gave him the park for a couple of weeks while I was working on some other stuff, and he went in and did some foliage work and some little things that I didn't want to do. I believe I've mentioned this before, and I believe I gave him a shout out again, but I'll be honest, I keep finding little things that he's done that I never even noticed. So he had went and put this grass all the way around this ride right here, all the way around the path. And I didn't even notice it until I got to looking over here, and I was working in this area, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. Look at all this little grass he did. That's awesome. So what he did was he took the scaevola, I think is how you pronounce it, and he turned it sideways, as you can see here underneath. And it made like this interesting little kind of hedge, but not as thick or square as the hedges we have in game. So what I did is I went in and put this fencing right up against it as well, and it made a really nice fencing effect all the way around this ride that I really like. So I was happy to find this. Like I said, just little surprises that he's done that I keep finding around the park that I never even noticed he did. So thank you, Christmas, if you're watching. I appreciate it, man. It gave me the idea to do this, to do this fencing like this, and it worked out fantastic. So that's pretty awesome. But the main thing, of course, that I really want to show off today is all the way back here in the back of the park. So we're going to take a walk right here. Apparently the janitor is going to come along too. This is Speed Force. This is the hyper coaster that we made a few months back. As you can see, it's got the neon lighting around the edges, a very 80ish, like very 90s maybe type of station. Somebody pointed out it kind of resembles Millennium Force's station, and okay, I think maybe it might, sorta, in its own way. I can see some few things that maybe I was looking at Millennium Force, or was it Magnum? I think Millennium Force. I think I was looking at Millennium Force as or no, I'm lost. I don't know. Magnum XL or Millennium Force, I get those two confused at Cedar Point. Anyway, I was looking at their station and trying to get inspiration, so maybe some of that did kind of go get into my thoughts and stuff on the station, but it's mostly the Incredicoaster, the way they did the new Incredicoaster at Disney's Pleasure Pier, or Pixar Pier, I think they call it now. So they redid all the station on that coaster, and it kind of has this triangular version. And I just recently watched Incredibles 2 as well. Fantastic movie, not quite as good as the first one, but much better than I expected. So I enjoyed it, I giggled, I had fun watching it. So that's all you can ask for from a movie. I enjoyed it. So anyway, yeah, they get a house in that, and it kind of has this like V-shaped wing roof, and that is what the Incredicoaster station kind of looks like. So I took some inspiration from that, and I guess a little bit from Cedar Point as well. So we're going to come over here into this area. Over here, this is the old antique cars that you guys remember from a long time ago. I've been doing a lot of work in the foliage and stuff in all the areas down in there. Still a little bit more to do, but I mean, everything, as you can see, is it's getting finished up. I made this little restaurant over here, and we've got a little eating area, a little patio area as well. I did do some lighting all the way around on this. The park won't have complete lighting when it's available for download. It's going to be phase 1. All of the lighting and stuff is going to be in phase 2 with a few more things added in much later on. So, okay, apparently our worker is just going to take off and leave. That's strange. Now, the interior of this is, I mean, yeah, there's no other way I can do it. I could put a roof on it, but, you know, put a ceiling in here, but I kind of would prefer to have higher ceilings, and I can't do that because of the way that these things kind of go in here. But, yeah. I made these ceiling fan lights for another part of the park that you guys will see here in a minute, and I kind of threw these in here as well. It's more of an afterthought. So, but I mean, I don't really go into detail on interiors and stuff. This was just, I wanted some lighting in there, and I thought fans would do, and then yeah. So we'll come around through here, and of course all the little flower work and stuff I did around the front of this building. It's based on, I believe, something at one of the Six Flags parks. Yachting, which is a arcade, I think, or it used to be an arcade. I think it's different now, and it may not even exist anymore. It may have been torn down, but I have these old reference images. A lot of you guys, if you watch my channel and you stay up to date, you know that I keep like a folder of images and stuff that I found online of parks and stuff. It's like my park porn. So I use these reference images and stuff when I am in a kind of a creative block and I don't know what I want to do. I start looking through these images, and then something kind of strikes me sometimes, and I'm like, oh, let's do that. And this was one of those cases where it just kind of stood out, and I was like, that would be perfect back here. I'm going to make that. So I don't know specifically which park, but I believe it was a Six Flags park that's in. And it's an arcade, and that's the best I can tell you. The Scrambler! Alright, so you guys who kept up to date on this park know that the Scrambler used to be all the way up front in the park. It was right in front of the main restaurant, our biggest restaurant in the park up there. It used to be there. So we got Vintage Pack, and we got a smaller Scrambler with a much smaller footprint, and I wanted to use it instead. Things started moving around the park. I got into a whole phase where I was moving rides around and making better use of the space, and just, you know, things were changing. So, I need a new chair. I got a squeaky chair. Okay, so, yeah, so things started changing, and I decided this would be better back here. It's actually went through 4 different variations where it was in 4 different parts of the park. But this is its final placement. This is where it will be when you guys download the park. It will be right back here, and it's all in its finished glory. So a very basic, you know, I just call it the Scrambler. So I'm glad that it doesn't say scissor on it. So, which keeps reminding me of that South Park episode. Here is one of these stations for the antique cars. The antique cars have 2 stations, one on each side. It has one over here and then one across the bridge that you see back there. and the antique cars intertwine with each other. I've done some work, kind of, as you can see here, just some gardening and some other stuff. I took some of the things, like these rocks and stuff. Christmas did that for me, and I've made it into a scenery group, and I've kind of copied it around here and there in the park and try to make it kind of look a little random here and there. And then, you know, of course, I've been still kind of working on this station a little bit, but it's mostly all done. I'm pretty happy with all that. We'll move on along down this little path here, and here we have one of the bathrooms. Again, this is one of the copy and paste things I've done all around the park. I think I originally made that. I was going to say, I think I made this for Whitaker Lake, but no, I made it for this park. And then there's 1, 2, 3. No, there's only 2 like this one. There's only 2 like this one so far that I think is in the park. There might be a third, but originally this was made over in the area by Cyclone, and I copied and pasted it over here, and I think it works really well over here too. So just one of those things where, you know, you save money on architecture and stuff, just a simple building like that, you know, different variations. Sometimes parks will have the same designer do, like, they use a lot of the same designs, just in different variations of it. But really what I wanted to show off to you guys today is this area in here. So I made a little garden area to kind of go along with the name. It's called Crystal Gardens, and I thought it would be nice to have some gardens in here. And I had this little spot back in here that I kept trying to figure out what I wanted to do with. We moved to the train station. The train station used to be right there where the scrambler and the bathrooms are, right in front of the antique cars. It wasn't going to work for me. I decided instead to move it over here. And let me tell you, moving this was a pain. Where the game keeps crashing, or not necessarily crashing, but where it freezes up on you. I had an issue where I was trying to move this around. And I think I talked about this when I was working on the hypercoaster. So what would happen is I would have to move this thing like an inch, right? And then save the game. And then when I tried to move it another inch, it would crash. After multiple times of this thing crashing, that's when I figured out, okay, the only way I'm going to get this where I want it is to just keep doing it over and over again. So it took me like 2 days to get this place where I wanted it, because I would move it an inch, save, crash. Move it an inch, save, crash. Move it an inch, save, crash, and so forth and so forth. And I think it had something to do with the track or the station intersecting maybe with the terrain. I'm not 100% sure what was causing it, but it seemed like that was the cause. Because I had to maneuver the terrain around a little bit and, you know, kind of work with that. But I finally got it placed, and I'm much happier with where this is now. So, alright, so yeah, this is a little garden area. We got a little gazebo. This little gazebo here is from Vintage, and I added some lighting to it, which looks beautiful at night. We've got the chair swings over here, which the chair swings look quite good there. I'm very happy with those. These used to be, I think I had the chair swings over by Cyclone, and I moved them over here a while back ago, and we ended up putting the top spin in its place. Wait, is that right? No, the balloons were over there. I don't remember where I originally had that. It's been so long since I moved that over here, and I had always planned on doing something with this little area back in here, but I just wasn't sure what. And then we got our Intimate Megalight back there in the background, but that's been there a while. That was made by Free the Bear, an awesome creator. He used to pop in my channel a lot. Don't see him so much anymore. Don't think he likes me anymore since I had my falling out with some of the other creators and stuff because they weren't happy with how I was dissing the game. But anyway, I digress. So we got this little picnic pavilion thing over here, which I think came out really, really well. I'm very happy with this. And the ceiling fans and stuff that I made, they were made for this. So I thought ceiling fans, and I was trying to light it up, and I thought, you know what? Let's make some ceiling fans. just to kind of keep people refreshed and cool on a hot summer's day while they're visiting the park. They can, you know, kind of chill out over here, you know, watch the train go by over across this little lake. You know, you got this lake. And then, of course, you know, got the coaster right there, too, that you can kind of see as well. Lots of different views and stuff from in there. Currently, I have a pizza pin and a gopi in there. Same thing on this side over here, except you don't get a view of the lake or train. You just get a view of the coaster. And I raised the terrain up a little bit back here in the back too, to kind of give it a little bit of berm. But I also wanted people to be able to actually see the coaster. I might lower that a little bit more because I'm going to do a little bit more foliage, kind of some grass and stuff back here on this back side. So we're going to do that. And of course, more of the ceiling fans. And then I made this little area here with some planters. And we took some of the lights that I've been using, that my custom lights that I made, or light poles, I don't know what you call these, but I made these a while back ago. They're placed all over the front of the park, and I copied them back here into this area. Now again, this place is nowhere near finished as far as lighting, but I will say that I did a little bit of work with the lighting, and it looks damn good at night, in my opinion. Of course, you know, it's my opinion. I don't know what you guys would think about that or not. The wall, I took the wall from the front of the park and we brought it back here to kind of give it a little bit of, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Duplicity? I don't know, something like that. Anyway, so you'll see the wall switches right there. I put this tree right here to kind of signify the haunted area, because this coaster is kind of themed to a ghost. I think I call it Wraith or something like that. I can't actually remember what I call it. I think we just had an autosave, but yeah, it's definitely auto-saving. Alright, I can tell because my frames per second are dropping up on the top right corner. Anywho, and then we have our haunted house right there. You guys are good with that. You've seen that. Don't want to showcase any more of that. But again, I just really wanted to kind of come back here and show what I've been doing for the last week in the park. Ever since we finished the haunted house, this is what I've been working on. It's just detail work. You know, there's no reason to do time-lapse videos or anything, but I did kind of want to do an update video to show you guys that, hey, I'm still working on it. Hey, it is going to be most likely ready by the end of the month. So you guys can get your hands on the park at that point. We'll do a big celebration. It'll be kind of cool. And yeah, so I think we could probably take a look at night at the park. I don't know, would you guys like to see it at night? And kind of, maybe I'll do an overview real quick. Before we do a night view, let's do an overview before we head out. Kind of show what we have here. So, like I said, this was all about just this general vicinity back here in the back of the park, right in the center back. That's all this is back here. There you can see our Sky Rush coaster and the antique cars. Let me give them a nice overview of the antique cars. I gotta say, one of my favorite views of the antique cars is this right down here. Let me hold shift down and we'll zoom down here. I love this view right here. Looking at that bridge right there, that's so beautiful. I strive to kind of hit that realistic approach in my creations. It may not be, you know, completely realistic or as realistic as what, like, say, Bro Coaster or something like that at No Name Landia, but I am striving to kind of do my little personal touches and stuff on it and make it as real as I can, while also keeping it beautiful too. And that is something I've been going for. But anyway, once again, I digress. Let's turn this into night so you guys can see night. Now, the one thing I'm opposed to about looking at the park at night is it is kind of dark. And I don't know how well this comes off on your all's monitor. I think I might have my monitor's brightness turned up a little bit because I can see it kind of fine, but I think some of you other guys may not be able to. So if you can't really see it because of the darkness, I apologize, but I do kind of want to show off the lighting a little bit here. So let's hit AM. And there we go. We'll turn off the UI. And here we go. So, you can see the neon kind of shining on the coaster station there. Our light shines up as well on our sign. It does need a few more lights here and there. And like I said, don't expect all the lighting in the park to be done in the download. All of that will be done for Phase 2. But you will get a mostly complete park in the download. Alright, so here we have our little restaurant. Lots of lighting effect. I lit up the coaster as well. Totally did that too. Coming around here. More of the patio area. We lit up the work on that. That's something I'm really proud of, is I made this little thing on top of this. I did this a long time ago. I think I did it in Whitaker Lake. I think I put these on top of the scissor in Whitaker Lake, and I brought it over into this park because I really like it. I just, as of a few hours ago, I changed the colors on it to match the ride. So, this whole area of the park is more of an Americana kind of feel, like an old classic park, and I really like it. Like maybe one of the old trolley parks or something. And then we're going to finish up with our little garden area over here. Beautiful. So beautiful. I'm biased, but I think it's beautiful. Maybe they have like bands or something that sometimes play right here. I could probably go and put in some benches and stuff right around the gazebo here as well. And I think that's actually a good idea. Let me try to do that. Maybe a couple benches on each one of these little areas here. Our train station probably needs some lighting, so I need to work on that. So little things I spot when I'm doing these recordings and stuff. And then other times you guys spot things that I don't even spot, which is kind of cool. Some of you guys are like pay way close attention to these videos and stuff I make, and you used to be able to spot like so many things some of my viewers and stuff did. So it's kind of cool that you guys enjoy my videos that much. I thank you. Sometimes I miss things, and I'm glad that you guys don't in most cases. And then we'll take one last look kind of back this way of that area. I think the park is beautiful. This is by far some of the best work I've ever done, and once I get back into Kings Falls is going to top this, I think. So I've learned a lot of stuff from building Crystal Gardens, and I think I've became a better builder, and Kings Falls is going to show more of what I can do and more of what I can kind of create and stuff with my tools that I've learned. So my little tricks and things. But anyway, that's going to do it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and head out of here for the evening. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I'll be live streaming later. I don't know what I'll be doing in the park, but I'm probably going to still be working in the park. There's so much more to do. Like, you guys can't even realize how much more I have to do in this park to try to get it done for you. But it's all just little details, all just little fencing things and stuff like that that still has to be done and fixed. But in the meantime, I'm going to head out. Wherever you guys are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I will see you in the next video. What's up, everybody? Thank you for watching the video. If you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button down below and click on the bell to stay on top of all my new videos and live streaming events here on YouTube. I also want to give a huge shout out to all the names you see on the right for their support through donations, Patreon,
and through Twitch subs. If you would like to join their ranks and you are able, you can do so by clicking on any of those links in the video description down below. No worries though, if you don't like giving away money like that, you can still support the channel by purchasing games or anything through Greenman Gaming, through Humble Bundle, or through Amazon by clicking on my links and making your purchase. A little bit of that goes towards me to support the channel. If you still can't get enough of me, you can always check me out live on twitch.tv and stay up to date with me on Twitter as well. Now that's going to be it, but I can't say thank you enough for all your support here on the channel. Wherever you guys are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. See you later.